Hi, everyone. How do you do theater, specifically musical theater, in the midst of a pandemic? When you can't gather, you can't sing, you get creative, real creative and flexible. The theatrical world, although shut down in the sense the theater doors are closed, has managed to come up with ways to still have the show go on. Have you heard of a recent musical, Ratatouille, the TikTok musical? Yes, theater has gone virtual, and professional and amateur performers are tapping into their technical skills. Theater looks very different right now, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It has managed to find a way through what seems impossible. The strength of storytelling through this form of art has overcome the doors being literally shut. For our production, I have high hopes that we can have our cast on site to perform as a company. And this is the reason why I've pushed the musical back to almost the end of May, to give us our best hope of that. An audience most likely won't be possible. It will look different than any year previous. And some good news, the chosen show lends itself beautifully to social distancing and masks. Now, these are the highest of high hopes. And then there's reality, which is changing monthly, daily, weekly, hourly. And so what does that mean for us? It means we prepare the show ready for anything. For the first part of our preparations, we will work hard to learn our songs and choreography. Then, when the day comes, we will reach the fork in the road and choose if we go towards doing a recorded performance from our homes or live performances here at school. Or maybe we knock the fork down and go somewhere in the middle. Between now and May 20th, so much can and will change and happen. We will be constantly surveying the pandemic climate and adapt accordingly. This will be one of the hardest endeavors we have taken on as a theater company. In the middle of our preparations, we lose an entire week with spring break. We literally don't know what the rules will be as we progress. There will be technical aspects we've never faced and may not even have the equipment for, which will be an added thing to figure out. And yet, we will do it together and with as much positivity as we can muster. I already have hope. On almost the same day as our scripts arrived, the DOH released new guidance for K through 12 schools. And for the first time, it mentioned the performing arts. It even gives us the opportunity to begin gathering, albeit only 30 minutes at a time with a maximum of 15 students. It's a start. So I pray that the numbers continue to go down. When new guidance comes out, it opens the door a bit more for us as a theater community and for all of our safety, which is, of course, the most important. Tonight, we celebrate all that theater is and has been for us. We have a couple of games, a couple interviews, clues scattered throughout. Have you caught any yet? Prizes, and of course, the big reveal. To begin, I'd like to start with a prayer. This prayer has been created virtually by cast members from the 2004 Broadway revival of Fiddler on the Roof. As we go back to our roots, may this rendition offer you hope, connection, and inspiration.
May you be safe.
May you be healthy.
May you be blessed.
Stand by on seventh prayer.
May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them from the stranger's ways. May God
So let's discuss some logistics for the evening. Throughout the night, clues have and will be dropped about this year's choice of musical. If you think you know what the musical is going to be, we invite you to throw your guess in the chat. We have someone monitoring the chat to catch these guesses. On the honor system, please limit to 2 guesses for the entire night. All correct guesses will be put into a drawing for a themed basket that you can pick up next week at school, or we can figure a way to send it home. Thank you for your patience. Technical, we're learning. While theater can at times seem magical, it doesn't actually happen by magic. It takes actors, crew, and your support. Right now in the chat, we are pasting the link for donations. Our reveal party, while fun and a community builder, also financially helps our musical. The proceeds raised from the evening will benefit the upcoming production. If you feel so inclined, please consider making a donation to our spring musical. Please know every amount makes a huge difference, and we thank you very much in advance. Now, let's get on to the fun. While I'm here in front of you tonight, I do not work alone. I'm so blessed to have a strong community around me and amazing people who make all the things you see tonight and at our productions happen. I thought it would be fun to interview some of these people throughout the night. First up is Mrs. Beck, who is our musical director, and last show choreographed some of the numbers for us. Most recently, you would have seen her work in the staff skit of Synchronized Swimming. Welcome, Mrs. Beck.
Hello.
Hi. I don't know if we can see you quite yet.
I am hitting start video. Oh, there we go.
Yay, there you are.
Hello.
Hey. Okay, so many of you might not know, maybe you do know, Mrs. Beck went to OLL and actually performed on the stage that we perform on now. Do you have any standout moments from your productions on the stage?
Standout moments from my production on the stage.
From our middle school performances.
From our middle school performances on the stage, absolutely. So my favorite number that I had the opportunity to work on was Big, Bright, Beautiful World from Shrek. And I really loved the opportunity of getting to work with Noah because he was so willing to try all these crazy, silly moves with me to get the high note in that song. And I was so proud of him when he did.
Awesome. It was a good moment. Awesome. That is a good, Big, Bright, Beautiful World. We were feeling it at that time when that show was going on. So you carried on through theater past your OLL career, right? Like you left 8th grade and you went on into more theater, correct?
Sure did. Yes, it was my 8th grade musical was Beauty and the Beast at Our Lady of the Lake. And over the course of that production, I learned that I love theater. And Mrs. Seeley told my mom, hey, that girl needs to get some voice lessons. And I got started that way and then went on and did theater at Blanchette for 4 years. And then I did a little bit of theater in college at the University of Portland as well.
Awesome. And you are a dancer as well, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So it's been great. She's been able to add her dancing and singing talents to our shows, which is awesome. So if you had like Dream World, what is a production that you would like to be involved in? Like you could work on any production, professional, amateur, whatever. What production would you like to work on?
Well, I did some thinking about this, and I think my number one would probably be Wicked. And my reasoning behind that is because I think it's such a well-rounded show. There's moments of drama and there's moments of humor. And there's so many standout songs that just stick in your brain. And I think I would love to be a part of that.
Wicked's a good one. That was one of my like bucket list shows to go and see, and I got the chance to see it. Wicked's amazing.
I
And
saw it in London. It is amazing.
ooh, the London show, that's awesome. Were you visiting London or studying in London?
I was studying abroad in Salzburg, Austria, and traveled to London for the weekend and saw the show.
That is a memorable moment for you in your life. Awesome. Okay, so I think we know the answer, that your favorite number from a previous show that we've done here is Big Bright Beautiful World.
It is.
Yes, and you actually, I kind of cheated and asked our panelists before so we could prepare a video clip of their favorite numbers. But before we watch that clip, I want to thank you for being here tonight, helping us with our shows, getting the kids ready, and being excited.
I'm so excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. Okay, we are ready to see the first clip.
Once upon a time, there was a little ogre named Shrek who lived with his parents in a bog by a tree. It was a pretty nasty place, but he was happy because ogres like nasty. On his birthday, the little ogre's parents sat him down to talk, just as all ogre parents had for hundreds of years before.
Listen, son, you're growing up so quickly. Growing up bigger by the day.
We want you here, the rules are very clear.
Now you're 7.
Now you're 7,
So it's time to go away.
Your mama packed a sandwich for your trip. Your papa packed your boots in case of snow.
You're gonna make us proud, no backing up allowed. Just keep walking,
Just keep walking
and you'll find somewhere to go.
It's a big, bright, beautiful world with happiness all around. It's peaches and cream, and every dream comes true.
But not for you. We're ugly, son, which means that life is harder. People hate the things they cannot understand.
And when they look at us, they tend to make a fuss
Burn our houses down.
and chase us off our lands.
Saskip, a place no one would ever dare to tread. And if they happen by, make sure you terrify them.
If you don't, son,
If you don't, son, then you'll surely wind up dead.
Goodbye. Watch out for men with pitchforks. And so, the little ogre went off and found a muddy patch of swampland, far, far away from the world that despised him.
and there he stayed for many years, tucked away and all alone.
Which is just the way I like it. Keep your big, bright, beautiful world. I'm happy where I am, all alone. I got all I need, so read the stink inside. Keep your big, bright, beautiful world. I party on my own anyway, doing what I can with the one-man conga line. And it's mine, alone it's mine, and it's mine. Oh, mine.
thank Jazzy Studios enough for coming out and getting that captured for us. The day that Mr. Mullen and Mrs. Meyer pulled me into the office and they're like, okay, the time's come. The show is not able to go on. What can we do for you? You can do one performance and it's Thursday and like nobody's coming. And like, the one thing you can do is get a hold of Jazzy and see if there's any way we can get it filmed. Otherwise, at some of our rehearsals, we had Julie's camera strapped to a ladder, which would have been better than nothing. But I'm hoping, working with MTI, who we get our rights from, that one day we can have a community viewing of Shrek to share the magic that was that show. It's probably one of my favorites. It was one that I was really excited to do, and the cast just really brought it to life. So I'm glad that was one of your favorites because I have fond memories of it. So thank you, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's play a game. In your invitation confirmation, you were asked to have a piece of paper and a pencil. So you want to grab those out right now. We are going to number our paper from 1 to 15 as we're kind of setting this up. You will listen to about 10 seconds of a song. I might throw you a few clues along the way. We will pause briefly in between songs. So if you need to take notes or if you want to like make little notations, so that you can remember, because we're not going to be able to go back and re-listen to any of the clips. This is important. For your final answer, you want the musical, the name of the musical the song comes from. We don't care about the title of the song. We want to know the name of the musical. Okay, great. So, is everyone ready? We're gonna start our trivia game.
A musical, and nothing's as amazing as a musical, with song and dance and sweet romance and happy endings happen.
No corny jokes or baseball gloves. No mom who just was there 'cause mom was all that she.
Okay, that was number 1. So this musical opened on Broadway at the Music Box Theater in December of 2016.
Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye.
Number 2. He got the 1988 Tony Award for Best Musical.
And he said, come in with that sickening grin. How could I know what was in store? Once his teeth were bare, though I...
Number 3. I was shocked by this. It debuted in 1986 in San Diego, and it got to Broadway in 87.
The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today, when most guys today that women prize today are just silly jiggles.
This is a very popular choice for school and community productions.
Sugar Plum Fairy, story of my life, booted from the ball, told to go away, tumbled off.
This show had its trial run here in Seattle.
Some people can thrive and bloom, living life in the living room. That's perfect.
frequently considered one of the crowning achievements of the mid-20th century's conventional theater art form.
Everything is beautiful at the ballet, graceful.
This one ran for 6,137 performances, becoming the longest running production in Broadway history until Cats surpassed it.
Don't you let nobody try to steal your fun, 'cause a little touch of lipstick never hurt no one. The future's got a million roads for you to choose, but no.
This show also did a trial run in Seattle in 2002.
If you've been singing a sad and blue song, go into your den until you learn how to.
This one was based on a 1932 novel. I know you all are focused on your trivia games right now, but don't forget to keep those guesses coming in the chat. Our box looks kind of empty, so I think some of you are not on the right track. Keep guessing.
Down the road, there's a Dairy Queen. Up the block, there's a Walmart. There's a place you can accessorize your pets.
This Broadway is the only Broadway musical ever cast with a band and cast of entirely made of teenagers. So every bit of it, probably besides the crew, were teenagers.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so deep.
So this show opened in January of 1996, and by April, it had to move to a larger theater due to its overwhelming popularity.
I want to sit under my own vine and fig tree, a moment alone in the shade, at home.
This show received a record-breaking 16 nominations and won 11 awards.
I don't know how to love him. What to do?
This musical is sung through with no spoken dialogue. This one bums me out because it debuted on April 25th, 2019. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the show played its final performance on March 10th, 2020. So bummed. I'm sure there'll be community versions of it, but it opened and closed before it left New York. Last one. This show opened in 1959 and won 5 Tony Awards, including Best Musical out of the 9 nominations. Okay. Here we go to the answers. Number 1. Phantom of the Opera. Number 2.
And take extra care with strangers, even flowers have their dangers, and though scary is exciting. But now, God.
Flyers I said hello to. Hey, LA, I'm coming your way. People said
Just give me a chance.
And laugh, they won't keep me down, but with you by my side.
For the first time professionally.
how do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
George Washington's going home.
Beck had in her interview as well.
I never thought I'd come to
Star.
go insane if things don't change.
We get to see it soon. And of course, our Sound of Music.
And the worst, and the most, and the least, and the crazy, and the scary, and we're just about to turn 13.
Okay. How many did you get right? Put it in the chats. Okay, we got a 9, 5, 9, 4. Do we have any 15s out there? Oh, a 6. I see a couple 9s. Okay, good, good. 1. Oh, these were hard. I will tell you. Okay. 4. Oh, a 7. Awesome. Okay, we're good. It came back on. Okay, I think I've seen the highest one I've seen so far is a 9. For a bonus question, and we are, 13. Oh, I saw 13. I missed who it was. We are gonna go back in the chat. If you have we have a bonus question, and we're just curious, how many of those shows that was on that list of 15 has Our Lady of the Lake done? Of that list of 15, how many has Our Lady of the Lake done? So Dear Evan Hansen, Phantom of the Opera, Into the Woods, Anything Goes, Shrek, Gypsy, Chorus Line, Hairspray, 42nd Street, 13, Rent, Hamilton, Jesus Christ Superstar, Beetlejuice, Sound of Music. How many have we done here at OLL? Take a guess. That's the numbers I'm looking for now. We got a 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, yeah, good. Ooh, 6, no, we did not do 6. Great. The answer is 3. We have done Sound of Music a couple of times. We have done Into the Woods, and most recently we did Shrek. I had to think about it when I was looking at the list, because we have done Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. We have done Godspell, Jesus Christ Superstar for religious shows, not been on our list yet. So that was, I had to really think about it because we have done some. So if we are gonna go through the chat where we see who had the highest number, we will be contacting you for a prize later. Godspell, yep. Awesome. Okay. So let's move on. We are going to go to an interview next. The next person we have to talk to is our current stage manager, Mrs. Bricey. And she was thrust into this position a few years back and is the person who makes the magic happen on stage. She gets the sets moving, props coming and going, the curtain opening and shutting, checking our actors and crew in, cleaning up, setting up each day, It is a lot, and the show couldn't happen without our crew and their illustrious leader. So please welcome Mrs. Brycey. Yay!
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay, Mrs. Brycey. So what
Hello.
was the show that was your first as our official stage manager? And were you nervous?
So my first show was The Little Mermaid. Someone had to really twist my arm in order for me to take on that job.
I wonder who that was.
I was a little nervous, but Jennifer, you helped me calm down. And after the first night, I was hooked.
Awesome. And our Little Mermaid cast are seniors this year in high school and are ready to go on and take on the world. So we are all thinking of them at this time. So now you're a stage manager. Like, you have the official title. I could get you a shirt that says stage manager.
Oh, okay.
But what other roles in theater have you had?
So my first musical was at Blanchette High School, a long time ago. I played the flute in the orchestra for the musical Oklahoma. So, but I have been a costume coordinator, helped create props, wrangled actors, helped with concessions, painted sets, been audience member in many musicals, many shows. But last year I got to help with the music during rehearsals. And by that, I mean, I pushed the button to start the recorded music.
Which is vitally important so that when you're trying to choreograph, you're not running over and yeah, it is a very important job. And I think from your long list of things, we see that community theater, you might have a title, but you just do whatever is needed whenever it is needed. And so, yes, I'm glad to see your resume so long. What is your favorite thing about theater?
My favorite thing is, besides being backstage, because I really do like that now, I love watching the actors take their roles and make it their own. And I'm always amazed at how the junior high kids can just be all crazy and nuts. And then they do have this most amazing rehearsal and everything comes together. And that's like theater magic happening. It's just great.
It is amazing what happens between a Sunday tech rehearsal and Thursday opening night. Yep. Like, the growth that happens in such a short time is incredible. Do you have a favorite backstage moment from one of our productions?
The first time when I was stage manager was during Little Mermaid, and I had 3 student stage crew members, and they were on one side of the backstage theater, and I was on the other side. And I look across the stage during the song Under the Sea, and I look over there, and then all 3 of them are mouthing the words and doing all the choreography, and you know, as the show was going on, and it was oh my goodness. And there's other times when we've been stuck behind, myself included, get stuck behind a stage piece, and you're like, uh-oh, the curtain's opening and you're stuck back there and you're just like, well, I hope nobody can see me in the audience.
We have lost many as a kid on our crew to become actors the following year because they do end up loving it and are pretty much doing the entire show in the wings anyway. So why not come and join us on stage? I think a few years ago, we got headpieces so that our sound and lights stage is in the back of the house, and then obviously our crew is on stage. And so a few years ago, thanks to a wonderful donation, we got walkie-talkies so that we could communicate with backstage instead of like frantically running around. And some of the conversations in my ear the last few years are so-and-so stuck on the stage. Can you see them? And those are probably some of the highlights of my night, because once the show starts, I'm pretty relaxed until I hear those kinds of things. So keeps us all excited. Okay.
Yeah, and once the show starts, my job is crazy.
Yes, right. And I get to relax. It's awesome.
That's great.
So finally, share with everybody your favorite number from a previous show and why.
My favorite musical number was from Aladdin, a whole new world. Being backstage and watching the boys who were pulling the ropes to fly the magic carpet.
And one young lady, there was a young lady pulling that carpet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes,
The
yes.
student actors are backstage,
Yep.
sorry. Anyway, they were pulling the carpet and there's this beautiful song going on with Aladdin and Jasmine and they're singing. And then the contrast was backstage. There's just complete chaos going on, pulling that carpet. And but the actors did such a great job just doing what they needed to do, so.
Yeah, the magic carpet was definitely, that was magic. I knew that when we picked Aladdin, that if we didn't have a magic carpet, it just wouldn't work. And so when I went to our set guys and I was like, I need a carpet to fly, what can you do? They came up with something pretty incredible. So we get to see that in a few minutes, or a few seconds. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for always helping out. And let us all check out the magic carpet and the calmness of Aladdin and Jasmine while they're being ripped across the stage.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
100,000
Hold your breath, it gets better. I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far.
I can't go back to where I
A whole
used
new
to be.
world.
Every turn a
A new
surprise.
horizon.
Every moment red letter.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world.
A whole new world.
That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
A thrilling chase
A wondrous place
for you and me.
Awesome. Seriously, it was one of those things where we couldn't really, I wish we had backstage cameras so you guys could see what was going on in the wings and all of that exciting stuff. I'd like to remind you, we are getting towards the end when we're going to do the big reveal. And before we get our final guest on, I want to remind you that this is your last chance to get your guesses in the chat. Remember, you got 2 a night, and we have, after this interview, no more guesses are accepted. I can tell you only 2 people have gotten it correct. 2 people. So hopefully we get a few more. in the next few minutes here, or 2 people who got it, congratulations. You have very high chance of winning a prize basket. Okay, so for our final guest of the evening, we have our producer extraordinaire. A few years ago, our producer at the time was graduating at the end of her run, so we needed to bring someone on who could take over. And under the guidance of the reigning producer, Liz Jackman, Julie took to producing like a natural and hasn't stopped since. From late night texts to long days of painting and rehearsing, Julie is a constant source of humor, motivation, and inspiration. So please welcome Miss Julie Kirkeville to the show. Woo, go Julie.
Hey guys.
Hey. Okay, Julie. So before you became a producer, and you know, one of the best we've seen in a while, did you have any theater experience?
No, none. None at all. Although I was in choir at Planchette for many years and many years before that. No theater experience, but I do like to produce my own show. Sometime you guys can come see me via the karaoke stage.
Yeah,
so I love karaoke and I produce my own show.
And if you ever need anything, you just call Julie and she probably has it at her house.
That's true.
Yeah.
My daily life is a production every day.
It's a very handy thing to have in your back pocket. As a producer now and a parent, we just had her oldest graduate. She was in Shrek. She was the ugly duckling. It was amazing, but you have 2 coming up. What do you find important about these kids being involved and our school having a spring musical?
Yeah, I truly think that everyone in their life should be involved in the theater at some point. It's just amazing, even if you're shy or, you know, totally out there and outspoken, or the whole range of people should try it once. And here at Our Lady of the Lake, I think is a really good place to do it because you're with your friends. And often what I've seen backstage is the people who you think are like oh gosh, they're naturals, it's gonna be fine. They're the ones who like panic and break down right before they go on stage. And then it's the shy ones who you wouldn't expect are like, you can do it, break a leg, you're awesome. And there's just this huge support system here. And I think it's really great to see and really great to be a part of. I think everyone has to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of opportunities sometimes to do this, and this is the perfect place to try it, be safe, and then for the rest of your life, you can say that you were in a show or 2 or 3 or however many. I think Amy, obviously, she talked about being in Beauty and the Beast in her 8th grade year. I remember the shows, like these are lasting memories, and it wasn't so much about the amazing performance that we both did. I'm sure it was like award-winning, but it was more of those memories you have with your friends and your castmates and the crew and those backstage crazy moments that you just can't replace. And once in a lifetime, I agree. So is there a memory that sticks out from one of our productions that just sticks with you?
Yes, definitely from The Lion King. Our Simba backstage is the best place to be. No matter what, all the time. It's chaos. It's like my favorite time and place. I'd really rather be backstage than in the audience. It's so fun. People running around, half of their makeup done and their hair is up like this. It's just wonderful chaos. But backstage, our Simba got sick and we weren't sure if he was gonna go on, and just like the panic, and we're on the walkie-talkies, Jennifer, we need you, this isn't good. And last minute, he really tried to go on. Last minute, couldn't go on. And we got Nate to come out and he did such a great job. And I had to wipe off all of his hyena, I think it was hyena makeup, just black and white too, just like, and then turn him into Simba. Here we go. All right, get on stage, buddy. And he did so great. That is definitely my most memorable moment. It was, and I mean, it was also the first show I was a part of here, and so it was a little, just everything about it was great for me.
Yeah, that was impressive because the cast and crew and really our audience rallied around that moment where we were dealing with something backstage with one of our own, and he had to go home, and then to feel the support and love in the house and on stage for Nate, who had to walk out with a script in hand, although despite me convincing him that he already knew everything, he did amazing. And really, he only did amazing because of his castmates and crew supporting him and cheering him on. And our Simba, who was sick, was able to recover and come back. And so it was all good. But that was definitely something that we won't forget. Yeah. Okay, finally, because I always love hearing you in my ear, telling me how wonderful all of my statements are. Is there an annoying theater phrase that you can do without ever hearing again?
Yes, when you come back and yell places, I'm like, not yet, we're not ready. I hate that. I'm not ready yet. And then also actually maybe my least favorite is when the kids backstage reply, "Thank you, 5." I'm like, what? That's so weird. And I don't get, I guess I'm not a theater person. I don't get it. It's also annoying the way they say it.
I think it's more the way they say it, because if they don't respond, then I don't know if they heard their call. So they're letting me know, we heard you, we're not ignoring you. But it is definitely the way they say it. Our cast does that perfect job of just getting that right pitch and nasal, and it's amazing. Okay, last but not least, what is your favorite musical number from one of our shows? I think people can guess because we've talked about it a lot, which I tend to agree. This is a good one.
My favorite is from The Lion King. It is the Lion King finale. I teared up every night without fail. Just like the joy and like all the energy I put into my first show. And the story behind Lion King 2 is so good. So I don't know if it was like, I was so proud of the kids, or if it was, the story just touches you. So Lion King finale, hands down, favorite.
Very good. I agree. I mean, and the ensemble in Lion King is incredible. And you see it in the finale. You see everything in the finale, and that is memorable. So let us watch Simba Become King. And this is the Simba, our casted Simba, not the last minute intermission Simba, who did just as well, but this is our actual Simba.
Your Majesty, it is time.
Remember,
this year's musical. Have you figured it out yet? Has it bop, bop, bop to the top of your head? Maybe you need to get your head in the game. This will be the start of something new. But one thing's for sure, we're all in this together as we prepare for and perform this year's musical, which is Disney's High School Musical Junior. Go Wildcats! Woo! I'm so excited to tell people this. I've been kind of holding it in for a while. Let's talk about it. Disney's High School Musical Junior centers on the blossoming relationship between Troy, a high school jock, and Gabriella, the new smart girl at school. They meet on a family vacation and become attracted to each other while singing in a karaoke competition. Rediscovering each other at school, their relationship and their surprise decision to audition together for the school show are thwarted by the school's current leading lady, Sharpay, and their well-meaning friends. Finally, Gabriella and Troy find a way to be themselves and are rewarded with the lead roles in the school show. It is full of catchy songs and exciting dance numbers. The musical explores issues of friendship, first love, and acceptance. Audition information will be going out tomorrow to all of our middle school students and families. Whew. Sorry. Now, for all of the people who correctly guessed that our musical was in fact High School Musical before we came into the gym, it's time for the drawing for the basket. I have the basket right here. Red is our new color, yes. I kind of wish the school was green and gold because we kind of have all the costumes for jerseys, but red and white are our colors if you didn't notice that theme tonight. So we're gonna draw. Oh my goodness, here they are. Oh my, okay, here we go. Our winners are of the basket, Clay and Mac Manchester. Congratulations, Manchester family. That is awesome. So we will contact Clay and Mac, we will contact your parents to figure out the best way to get this basket to you and your family. It's full of just random goodies that will remind you of East Side High or East High. Okay, last minute things before we send you away for your night. Thank you for your patience. Thank you to all who came tonight. We also want to shout out to those who have donated to making High School Musical Junior a reality. We really can't express enough how much these donations help. So from the future cast, crew, and production team of Our Lady of the Lakes High School Musical production, we would like to thank, oh, I get a computer. Oh my goodness. Wow. If I missed somebody, I'm really sorry. The Rashad family, the Gilberts, Mrs. Denniston, Mrs. Christensen, the Seises, the Lee family, the Monahan family, the Sullivan family, Eisenhats, Apostolus, the McCoys, the Welches, the Oligs, and the Konos. I think if I missed somebody, I'm really sorry. The Rothermells, thank you very much. To everybody, to our cheerleaders in the back, they're awesome. I just don't want those on my head.
We'd like to say something.
Oh, okay. Yep, you have the floor.
Happy birthday, Jennifer! Today's your birthday. We love you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, today's my birthday. Somebody asked me today if I picked the reveal party because it was my birthday, and I don't work that way. I look at calendars, and I saw that we didn't have school the next day, so I was like, oh, if people have to stay up a little late, it would be perfect. And then somebody goes, well, isn't that your birthday? I was like, oh yeah, but we don't have school the next day, so it's okay. We can stay up a little bit later. I need to give a huge thanks to the 2 cheerleaders behind me, and for Vicki, who's also here doing tons of stuff, like taking this computer away from me right now, for running all over and dealing with my craziness and helping me figure out how to make a Zoom reveal party kind of work, and try to keep things as normal as possible as we can during this time. This night would not have happened without these 3 awesome people. We had a blast tonight. We hope you did as well. Enjoy the long weekend because we don't have school tomorrow. It's February 12th, right? Enjoy the long weekend, stay safe, and we will see you all soon. Bye. Say bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Go Wildcats! Go Wildcats!